All hail the Clicks crew! Alright guys, today we are unboxing the Captain America and the Avengers Fast Forces set. This is just a cool little Fast Forces set. A couple of the figures in here are actually really good. That's normally the case with the Fast Forces set. There's like, 4 or 5 okay figures and one really good figure. So we're going to go ahead and unbox that. For those of you that don't know what comes in a Fast Forces, generally it's 6 figures with the character cards and that's it. You don't get any of the literature or anything like that. That stuff's normally located in starter sets, not the Fast Forces. So that's an important distinction. Also to come out in this set was a dice and token pack, but I wanted to use them for our My Venue's release event, so I actually opened them there. So there's no unboxing of a dice and token pack today, but I will show you what comes in it. So there is this... we get it focused up. So you get these cool Captain America dice where it looks a little bit like a Cap shield. Let's try to get that. There you go. So it looks like Cap shield, and that's on the 6th side. I like these dice a lot. They rolled really nice for me. I actually won the event, so these rolled well for me. Then you have this Captain Marvel token, and you get 6 tokens and 2 dice in the dice and token pack. So they're pretty good value. This is probably one of the best values going in Heroclix. So there's that. And then on the reverse side of all the dice and token packs that have come out in, I'd say the last at least 3 sets, maybe 4, they've had the bystanders that pretty much, that at least a couple figures, and if they can, all the figures that make bystanders, the bystanders for those are here. So you get 1 Simuloid. Then there's the Captain America. Really cool there. I like that one a lot. And there's another Simuloid. And these are kind of hard to capture on camera. They're a little bit difficult to see. Like, I like the sparkly, but it is a little difficult to tell what's going on. Even in person. But it's not impossible. It's not as hard as it looks on camera. But they are beautiful. There's no getting around that. So that's your second Simuloid. Then we've got an Immortal Hulk with a 3rd Simuloid on the back. So I think that's all of them. And the Simuloids are for Black Heath. Then we've got Lady Thor, so Jane Foster. So we're going to see her pretty soon in Thor Love and Thunder. So that'll be interesting to see. And then on the reverse side of that is Chewie. This is the bystander that Captain Marvel makes. So that's the only one we're getting of that one. So pretty cool there. Then we've got Sam Cap, or Cap Falcon, however you want to say it, Falcon Cap. So that one looks pretty cool there too. I like that one a lot. And we're going to see, hopefully, this version. I'd like to see this full outfit in the Captain America and the Winter Soldier Disney Plus show, but we'll see. And then on the reverse side of that is Becky Barnes. So this is the bystander that goes with the Ultra Chase. And I'm just moving these around to hopefully make it so that you can see what's going on with them. See the sparklies and stuff like that. And then the last one is a very good, stunning, I guess is the word, Iron Man. This looks like Alex Ross artwork, as did the Captain America. Those are probably my 2 favorite ones of these. That looks really good in person. I like it. And then on the reverse of it is the robot dupe bystander. So that goes with Machine Smith. And you want to hunt down one of those Machine Smiths if you don't have one already. Because he is very good. All right, so this is the Fast Forces. We'll get to that part. As you can see on the back, just a little bit of literature, and these are the 6 figures. So Iron Man, Citizen V, Hawkeye, Isaiah Bradley, Winter Soldier, and a Captain America. And then there's 3 of the figures on the side, the other 3 on the other side, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and get this unboxed, and we'll review the figures. But before we do that, I want to let you know that Mr. Clicksflix is sponsored by Lucky Dice Cafe out of Huntsville, Alabama, home of the ROC. No matter if you're in the United States or around the world, Lucky Dice Cafe has a winning role for all your gaming needs. You can visit them at luckydicecafé.com or on their Facebook page using the link found in the description of this video. Mr. Clicksflix is also sponsored by trollandtoad.com, one of the largest online gaming retailers. Visit trollandtoad.com and use the promo code MrClicksflix for 5% off your Heroclix order today. Alright, so now that we got that out of the way, we're going to go ahead and get into this. Alright, so there we go. We got everything unboxed now. As you saw, I struggled a little bit getting it open. Man, that tape at the top was kicking my hind end. It's not normally that hard. It's only, you know, when you're trying to reach around a camera and stuff, that stuff like that ends up being hard. But something to note for people that have never purchased a Fast Forces before, there is this backing that's kind of behind the figures. It actually opens up, and you'll see there's some of the tape that's left over. That's actually, they'll tape in a baggie the character cards. So if you open it up and you're like, where are my character cards? That is where it is. So, all right, let's go ahead. The sculpts on these are actually going to be, here you go, let's fix the camera a little bit, huh? The sculpts on these are actually going to be exactly the same as in set ones. They're not even going to be different paint jobs. So we're just going to look at these in, I don't know, the order I feel like. So first one is Winter Soldier, number 003 in the set. And that's a cool enough pose. We see him in this pose a lot. So let's go ahead and take a look at the character card here. Alright. There we go, that's better. Alright, so he's got the Avengers, Invaders, Shield, Thunderbolt, Soldier, and Spy keywords. He has 2 traits and a special on his movement. His first trait is reposition after the shot. When Winter Soldier makes a ranged attack, after resolutions, move him up to 3 squares. That's pretty cool. That's solid. Then he's got the Assembled Avengers trait, which is once per turn. When Winter Soldier hits, after resolutions, you may roll a d6, 5 or 6. If your force has 3+ friendly characters with the Avengers keyword, remove an action token from Winter Soldier, or give an action token to a hit target. If your force has 6+, do both. That's cool. We've seen this before. And then the special on his movement is locating the target, running shot, sidestep, stealth. So that is just really cool there. So as we can see, he's got 2 different point lines, 75 points and 50 points, and 8 range single target, which is actually pretty lengthy. And then at 75 points, he has an 8 movement with that special, 11 attack with precision strike, 17 defense with toughness and indomitability, 3 damage with range combat expert. And then at 50 points, he's got a 7 movement with running shot, 11 attack with precision strike, 17 defense with toughness and indom, 3 damage with perplex. I like both of these dials. Obviously, the 75 point one gives you a little bit more swing, and then once you get into place, it allows you a basically an extra perplex if you're able to sidestep and use range combat expert. Whereas the 50 point one's a little bit more mobile, like you're going to always be running shotting, and you do have that perplex where you can dump it into attack or damage. So the cool thing with him is that if you use him at, we'll just say that you're using him at 75 points, you can, sidestep your 2, running shot another 4, and then you make your attack, and then let's say you were just inside your opponent's range. If you, I believe, what did it say? If it hit, makes a ranged attack, so you don't even have to hit. You can, move 3 squares into hindering. You can move 3 squares back so that you're just out of range if you know that they can't move to be able to have a retaliatory attack. So that's just really cool. And you get that with the 50-point line too. So you could, in theory, running shot up your 4 squares, attack, and then move another 3 squares to even get even closer or get into hindering or something like that. I really wish with this one he would have had stealth. Oh, well, he does have it on the 75-point line. But I wish stealth would have been, like, traded or something like that. But still, 75 points, I think, is where you run this guy at. 50-point line isn't bad, though. All right, next, we have the Hawkeye. So, again, this looks just like the rare from the set. He's number 006 in the Fast Forces. So he's got... So Hawkeye here, he's got the Avengers, Thunderbolts, and Martial Artist keywords. He's got improved targeting, ignores hindering. He's got that Assembled Avengers trait, which is exactly the same as Winter Soldiers and is still good. Then he's got this special on his attack called Because Boomerang. Once per turn, when Hawkeye misses with a ranged attack targeting a single opposing character, after resolutions you may make a ranged attack against the same target, modifying attack +1. That's good. So that means that when you make an attack, if you happen to miss, you get a second attack without using probability control to get a +1 attack, and then you can basically save your probability control if you miss that second one, and then you just have a better chance at hitting. 2 different point lines again, 75 points and 50 points, has the Avengers team ability. 7 range dual target. Again, that 7 is kind of on the high end of average. At 75 points, he's got a 9 movement with running shot, 12 attack with that special, 17 defense, willpower, and 3 damage. And then at 50 points, he's got an 8 movement with running shot, 10 attack with that special, 17 defense, willpower, 3 damage. I like both. At 75 points, that's still cheap enough to be your secondary attacker, and he's got a 12 attack, which is really good. And then something that you could do with him, I could see if you were running Thunderbolts and you use that Baron Zemo super rare to hand out his 12 attack. If you made your leadership role, you choose something like Sinister Syndicate to share out that 12 attack to some people with lower attacks. But at 50 points, he basically, we're going to say he has an 11, because if he makes a range attack and he misses, he gets +1. So it's an 11 and basically a 13. So this guy's really solid. This is probably the one of the better figures in the set, although Winter Soldier is pretty good too. Next is Iron Man. I think this is the common deco for Iron Man from the main set. Not that there's anything wrong with that, just letting you know which one he looks like. So he's number 005 in the Fast Forces. Has the Avengers, Stark Industry, Armor, and Scientist keywords. Has a trait special on his defense and damage. His trait is Avengers Assembled, which we've seen. His special on his defense is Avengers Team Player Defend Invulnerability. Defend's normally pretty good. It seems like they've been giving out a lot of 17 defenses, so an 18 defend is actually pretty useful nowadays. And then he's got this special on his damage, which is here to help with everything Stark Industries has. Empower Enhancement Probability Control. So basically +1 damage to range or close if he's adjacent to you, and then probability control. He's got 2 different point lines again, 75 points and 50 points. Has the Avengers team ability. 6 range, single target, and I would say that's dead on average. And then at 75 points, he has a 10 movement with sidestep, 10 attack with telekinesis, 18 defense with that special and indomitability, 3 damage. And then at 50 points, he's got a 9 movement with sidestep, 10 attack with nothing on it, 17 defense, invulnerability, and indomitability, 3 damage with that special. I actually kind of like TK on an Iron Man, although I feel like 75 points for what's basically amounting to a really good support figure / secondary attacker might be a little too much. That 50-point line might be a little bit better for some people, and then you just throw on like the 5-point Mandarin ring that grants TK or something like that, or even a 10-point whichever gem it is. I'm thinking of the reality gem, I believe, where it gives TK to make him 65 points. So you're still saving 10 points, and you're giving him a perplex. I think a lot of more people are going to run him at 50 points. But like I said, that 18 defend is nothing to just totally ignore in today's game, because there are a lot of 17 defenses out there. So, if you ran him at 75 and everybody else at 50, and then you found a 25-point figure, you could have a +6 theme team pretty easy and help boost everybody's defense pretty good. So I like this figure a lot. I could justify either one for using. So this is pretty good. Next is the Captain America. I'm still not sure how I feel about this sculpt. I know what he's supposed to be doing, but I don't know. They've done such a good job with the last couple Cap sculpts. I guess I can let one slide by that I don't necessarily care for, but this, I know he's supposed to look like he's throwing his shield, but I just don't know. Alright, so he's number 004 in the set. He has the Avengers, Invaders, Past, and Soldier keywords. He has a trait and a special on his attack. His trait is Living Legend. The first time each game Captain America will be KO'd, instead turn him to his last non-click KO. Non-KO click, sorry. Then roll a d6 and heal him equal to half the result, Protected Pulse Wave. That's good. We've seen this on a bunch of Captain America-esque type figures, and we're going to see it a couple more times in this video. So that's just a good trait. Then his special on his attack is Follow-Up. When Captain America hits with a ranged attack, after resolutions, you may place Captain America adjacent to a hit character, then make a close attack. That is phenomenal. The ability to double tap somebody is great. Then he's got this back here. So he's 75 points, so you're locked into that. Then he's got the Avengers team ability, 5 range single target, 9 movement with running shot, 11 attack with that special, 18 defense, toughness, indomitability, 3 damage with leadership. I think this guy's really good. 11 attack gives you a reasonable chance to hit, and there's cheap enough perplexes with Avengers where you're definitely going to be able to get him to where he's really going to hit, and then you're able to follow up for the close attack. I could see this guy doing a lot of damage, especially if you start dumping some perplexes into him, because you get to maintain his stats the whole time. It doesn't say unmodified values or anything like I've seen some of the figures say that are allowed to double tap. So you could get him up to 6 damage and hit somebody for 12 pretty easily for 75 points. I think this is probably the figure of the Fast Forces right here. This guy's really good. Next up, we have Isaiah Bradley, and this is just a cool little sculpt. I like this. I think this is the second time we've seen him in clicks. It was a long time ago when we saw him before. What was it? Mutations and Monsters? Monsters and Mutations, I think, was the name of the set. Or it could have been the first Avengers set. It was one of those two. But anyway, so here we are with Isaiah Bradley. He's got the Past and Soldier keywords. He's got the 2 traits. The first one is Living Legend, which is exactly the same as Captain America's, who we just saw. And it's still good on him. And then his other trait is Experimental American Super Soldier, Colossal Stamina. Colossal Stamina on non-Colossals is always fun. He's only 25 points. And then he's got a 0 range, single target, 9 movement with charge, 10 attack, 17 defense with toughness, and indomitability, 3 damage. This guy's pretty good for 25 points. That 3 damage is good. Soldier isn't bad. That Colossal Stamina, though, I think that's what you're going to catch people off guard with, is that they're going to say, oh, he's double tokened, and then you're going to be like, haha, joke's on you. So that's pretty good. For 25 points, this guy's good. And then last up, we have Citizen V, and I think this might be the rare paint deco because it has the shiny. I could be wrong though. And everything else has been like kind of like the base version, so this might be like the common version. But anyway, he is number 002 in the set. He has the V Battalion and Soldier keywords. He has a trait and a special on his movement. His trait is Living Legend, which is exactly the same as Isaiah Bradley, which was exactly the same as Captain America, and it's still good on Citizen V. Then the special on his movement is Stealth Suit and V-Wing. Charge, Sidestep, Stealth, Passenger 0 with the Flight. Basically, you can't carry somebody when he flies. But still, that's good. 75 points. Has a 0 range, 10 movement with that special, 11 attack with Blades Closed Fangs, 17 defense, combat reflexes, and indomitability. 3 damage with shape change. So he's going to be pretty safe up close as long as they don't have poison or something like that. He's got that charge and sidestep, so you're going to be able to deceptively move. I seem to notice they're pairing up charge and sidestep a lot, so I think that's to try to counterbalance some of the ranged heaviness in the game, which is okay with me. But for 75 points, this guy isn't bad. Not terrible. I wish he had, like, the Thunderbolts keyword or something like that, though. Yeah, you can't win them all, though. Alright, guys, so you let me know which one was your favorite from this Fast Forces set. What did you think of the Dyson Token Pack? And, have you used any of these guys in a game? I'm always interested in hearing that stuff. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, give it a share. It really helps keep me motivated to make these videos. And it also lets YouTube know, hey, other people might enjoy this video. If you want to support the channel directly, please make sure to visit patreon.com/MrClicksFlix. Pick out the monthly subscription that fits you and the rewards that you like. That's all I have for you guys today. As always, please remember that it's only critical miss if you don't have probability control.